What is the street parking vault?
The street parking vault is one workout a week for 25 weeks with the goal of helping you build consistency.
You can do any version of the workout.
You can customize these workouts to make them work for your equipment and fitness levels.
Each week, log your workout before the time is up.
Remember, your scores do not matter.
You just can't miss.
What's up, guys? Welcome to week 12 of the Street Parking Vault. This week we have Khufu. I am with my girl Leanne Roach, better known as Laney Lifts on Instagram. We crush the endurance together. She's gonna be doing the bike, 25-pound dumbbell and burpees. I will be doing running outside, the barbell with 65 pounds, and burpees. Fun fact with this workout, it's actually a repeat we did back in August 2020. So be sure you stick around after this workout. We are going to be providing you guys with some tips on how this workout went. And before you do this workout, head on over to my.streetparking.com or the Street Parking app. Be sure to check out all the variations of this workout as well as the customizations to make this workout work for you.
And they're off.
They're off with Khufu. They've got the power and they are on their way with Khufu.
They have the power. Indeed, Nicole. So, Khufu.
What's Khufu?
Khufu is 3 rounds, 200-meter run, followed by 30 alternating dumbbell power snatch or 20 barbell power snatch.
Yum, yum.
Followed by 15 burpees, another 200-meter run.
Oh, run sandwich.
And then you'll like this, Nicole, 2 minutes of rest between rounds.
You know me so well. I do appreciate a good minute or 2-minute rest, especially since it's more than 1 minute rest.
Right?
I would prefer a 4-minute rest, but hey, I'll take what I can get. Oh,
and
wow.
I know. Well, what do we expect, right? What do we expect? Molly's just a fantastic runner.
And
now,
then right behind her, Leanne off the bike.
Yeah, so Leanne's doing Program C. That's 15 cows for the men, 11 cows for the women. And if you're rowing today, it's 18 cows for the men, 13 cows for the women.
And then, like you said, the 30 snatch.
15 burpees.
15 burpee.
Another
biker row.
Yep.
And then the 2-minute rest.
Yes. Now, we were talking with Molly beforehand, asking how she was planning on breaking up these snatches. She's decided on 8-7-5.
Okay.
But if that feels good, she's going to try to hang on for like 12 and 8. But it's more than likely that she's going to break at least once each round. Save that grip, make sure that she's moving well, and she can still get through those 20 reps in like a minute, 15 seconds.
Okay, right on. Let me ask you something. What is the extra challenge for this one?
That's a great question, because it's definitely something we expect of Molly, right?
I mean, I do. I know I do.
So the extra challenge today is you can earn a 4th round.
Earn?
Yes, you can earn a 4th round if your first 3 rounds, as suggested, are completed in 4 minutes or less.
Oh my goodness.
So Molly's on her set of burpees now at 2 minutes, 15 seconds in.
Okay.
I have a feeling she's going to be done with this round in under 4 minutes, but we'll see. And then she'll have to get the second and third one done in under 4.
Personally, I'm not great at math, but I too have a feeling that Molly will be doing the extra challenge.
You're good enough at
Molly.
math to know, right?
Yeah, I mean, math or not, I just know Molly equals extra challenge.
Absolutely.
All right, so then what we know now Program A.
Yep.
We know B/C.
Yeah.
What is the shift version of today's workout?
So shift today is 5 rounds. You'll start off with 30 seconds of continuous movement. Then you'll do 30 seconds of hang power snatches with a dumbbell on your right arm.
Okay.
Followed up with 30 seconds of hang power snatches on your left arm.
Right on.
Then 30 seconds of burpees, another 30 seconds of continuous movement, and then you do get to earn a little bit of rest between. It's 30 seconds between each
Would
round.
we call that rest, Alex?
I mean, it's probably enough for you to like realize, oh wow, I just did a lot of work and I have a lot of work left to do.
So a moment of contemplation is what we will program in there for 30 seconds.
So you're basically doing 2.5 minutes worth of work, resting a little bit,
Yep.
and then starting it all over again.
Right on. All right, so Molly just came in from the second half of her run sandwich. Leanne has gotten onto her bike to finish out her first round.
Yeah, and our goal today across A, B, and C is to finish each round within 3.5 to 5 minutes. So
Okay.
assuming Leanne gets this bike done in a minute or less, she's definitely going to be in that goal frame.
Yeah, right on schedule.
Yeah, and hopefully, she's paced it well enough that she's able to sustain that goal time for both the second and third round as well.
Right on, right on. So what would you recommend going into this workout for pacing to try to
Nice.
pace out in order to maintain your 3.5 to 5 minute goal time for each round?
This is one where it's kind of a tightrope walk because it's only 3 rounds, and although it might seem like a lot, the volume is relatively low, and what we're looking for are 3 really hard effort rounds.
Yeah.
We don't actually want you gaming it a whole lot.
Okay.
So you're kind of tiptoeing that line of like pushing yourself without absolutely falling off the deep end.
Oh,
I know, right?
That's difficult,
I
though.
know, it is. That's why it's a tightrope walk.
Yeah.
You literally could,
Yeah.
go crashing,
crashing to the ground?
Yeah,
Yes, me,
yeah.
I got it.
So for the runs, for instance, sometimes we might suggest that you can let that creep out to like a minute 15 seconds. Today we're asking that both of those get done in under a minute, right?
Under a minute?
Yeah, so we're asking you to push the pace,
Oh.
whether you're running, biking, or rowing. That
Yikes.
doesn't mean it's easy. You'll probably have to be uncomfortable to get that done.
Yeah.
And if you really, truly are pushing yourself and still find yourself creeping outside of that minute window, that's your
Yep.
cue to reduce distance, reduce calories to something that you can push yourself hard on, but still get done in under a minute.
Ooh.
I did 4:15. Yep.
There you go, guys. Note to those at home, make sure you check out your time before you go into your 2-minute rest. Thank goodness Alex is on the ball and paying attention. But write down your time, take note of it so you know when your 2-minute rest is over. You don't want to, make yourself rest less. No. You want all 2 minutes of that
Exactly.
rest.
Yeah.
Right?
So,
Yeah.
So Leanne's gonna go in about 10 seconds. Let's talk about that rest. I think people, maybe don't use their rest as
I know I
like
don't.
as
I don't
well
use
as
it
they
well,
could.
yeah.
So immediately when you're done with your work, start taking really big deep breaths. In fact, if nothing else, just focus on a longer exhale.
Okay.
That subconsciously tells your body, like, okay, everything's fine. We can start to relax. The heart rate starts to lessen. The breath rate starts to lower. I mean, it's not true, right? Not everything's not fine. You're about to go again,
right.
but it's kind of like a body hack.
Right on.
Start increasing your exhales, forcing that air out of the lungs. Walk around, try to think positive thoughts. I know that sounds really silly.
Okay.
But, rest time's it's a lot of time to think about how uncomfortable you feel.
Yeah.
So instead, think about...
So I shouldn't just be thinking to myself, gosh, I hate burpees.
Yes,
They're
exactly,
the worst.
exactly.
I should be thinking positive thoughts like, I love snatches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to lie to yourself and try to convince yourself that you love burpees.
Yeah.
But you can definitely at least look and be like, oh man, okay, I've already gotten a round out of the way. I'm steadily chipping away at this workout. It'll be over soon.
Yeah.
Whatever you got to do to keep you moving and keep your head in the game, right?
Right on. So Molly is in her second round, as is Leanne. Molly just finished her snatch, and she did go at it with a 12 and 8, breaking up of those
Good.
reps.
I'm glad you were counting. Yeah.
I did it.
And That's a good strategy for you guys. A lot of people would have started this workout with 12 and 8 and then had to break more often.
Yeah.
I almost would prefer people be a little bit more cautious on the front end of the workout.
Okay.
That way, if you do feel good and you're like, hey, that was okay, let's see if I can hang on for a bigger set as the workout goes. And you almost get better or faster as the workout progresses instead of, lighting off like a firecracker and then, and then the fuse
I'm
just
feeling
like...
very attacked right now, Alex. I'm feeling like
That's
you're
what we
directing
call
that at me.
peacocking, right?
Yes. All right, there goes Molly on her second run.
Yeah.
Meaning she is wrapping up her second round altogether.
And at this point, she's about 3 minutes into that round.
Wow, math. You are just
Math.
so good at that
I'm
on
on
the
top of
fly.
things,
I'm
man.
impressed. All right, so let's talk about Leanne a little bit here. Leanne is a assistant principal
Is she
in
now?
a middle school.
Whoa.
So we're talking kids ages 12 through 15
Oh,
years
boy.
old.
Oh,
Talk about, I've
boy.
got respect. Before that,
Pre and pubescent.
right? I'm just, wow, that is just a time to...
It really is.
It is an interesting time in the life of a human. So...
Interesting.
yeah,
That's a
it's
good
an
word to
interesting
use.
time. And before that, a police officer at a jail.
Wow.
Head of the SWAT team.
Wow.
So I got mad respect.
Absolutely. I imagine her past helps her because it's my
tough.
understanding that assistant principals are mostly the disciplinarians in
Yes.
school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I would not want to mess with her. I'll tell you that.
I would not, for sure not. All right, here she goes off on the burpees, which, in all honesty, she let me know ahead of time, not a fan.
Yeah.
A big no thank you
Yeah.
to the burpees. Wanted to return those to sender. Didn't
Yeah.
work out.
If
push and
I were a betting woman,
Yeah.
I would bet more often than not if I met anyone off the street, they're not a fan of burpees.
Truth. Truth.
I feel like we are few and far between those of us who
Yeah.
enjoy burpees. I want to talk a little bit about her technique.
Okay.
It might be of interest to some of you. Notice when she brings her feet forward how it's a slightly wider stance. It's
Yeah.
nothing crazy, it might be under her shoulders, kind of like where she squats from. But if you have tight hamstrings, limited hip or hamstring mobility, or you're just plain tired,
Yeah.
honestly, widening the feet as you step or jump them forward is a little bit more of an accessible position,
Yeah.
a little bit more efficient. Highly preferred to keeping the feet close,
Yeah.
but bending a lot in the knees and kind of staying crouched.
Yeah.
That'll just blow your quads up.
Okay,
That's
good
gonna,
to know.
Yeah, it's gonna slow you down. You're not gonna want to keep moving versus spreading the feet a little wider, keeping the legs only slightly flexed as you
Yeah.
bring them forward. Yeah, that's a great technique to employ.
100%.
Yeah, because I imagine those snatches and especially working on the bike, her quads are probably not super happy right now. So to be able to use
100%.
her glutes and hamstrings to come to standing is
Also, I
a
might
nice
be
little
feeling
break.
a little guilty. Perhaps her and I did an endurance last night.
Ooh,
So she's a little tired from that. That's my bad, guys. That's my bad.
it's all your fault, Nicole.
All my fault.
I should have known.
I take full blame across the board. So Khufu.
Yeah,
Who's Khufu, Alex?
Khufu was
Other than a sneeze-sounding human.
He was the pharaoh that commissioned the building of the pyramids of Giza.
Ooh la la.
Yeah. So pyramids of Giza, you guys maybe have heard of. These are structures in Egypt. And yeah, this pharaoh was like, "Hey guys, build this for me." I'm
we should
pretty sure
do
he
this."
was buried there.
Yeah.
Usually, if a pharaoh commissions something like that, it's a burial ground.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds right to me.
It's kind of morbid, but All right, Molly's in from her first run of her third round.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see if she
Let's see if she was able to hang on to that 12 and 8.
Now, looking at Khufu,
Yeah.
what are you thinking about for which version you want to do?
Oh man. I'll tell you, I want to do the run dumbbell snatch version.
Nice.
I just love a dumbbell snatch.
They're
I don't
the
know many
best.
people who don't.
They are the best.
I'll tell you this. I probably should do the bike barbell snatch version.
Okay.
Only because I'm of the mindset, if there's something I really don't want to do, sometimes, not every time, but sometimes I get this like little, devil on my shoulder that's like, I think you have to do that.
Yep.
And so something's telling me, and I'll tell you this, what else, Nicole? This is a repeat workout, like Molly said earlier on, from August 9th, 2022.
Okay.
And I did this version I did it last time with the bike and the dumbbell snatch. So I feel like, just change it up from what I did last time.
Switch it up.
Do the
for
barbell power snatch. Maybe I'll run this time. I biked last time, maybe I'll run this time.
All right, so Molly did do that, those snatch in another 12 and 8, breaking it
Oh,
up.
fantastic.
So I'm thinking with this one, because I just loathe the burpees, I'm gonna do the easy route of the thing that I enjoy.
Nice, yeah.
Just to counteract the burpees for me personally.
No, that's perfect. Because, you're right. The burpees in this workout, I have no concern with.
Yeah.
Not whatsoever.
You're excited
so
about
I have
them.
to find a different way to challenge myself,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Find a different way to challenge yourself. I'm gonna do burpees.
Jeez, Alex.
Jeez, Alex.
I'm just over here bragging about how much I love burpees.
Not so humble brag. I just love burpees. All right, so we talked a little bit about breaking down the burpee. What would you give for advice in terms of some tips on the power snatch?
Yeah, so I gave this tip a few workouts back for the dumbbell snatch. I really encourage people to, if they're holding the dumbbell with their right hand,
Okay.
focus on driving primarily out of the left leg as you come to standing.
Okay.
For whatever reason, we don't need to go into the science behind it and all the physics, but
You don't want to do a physics lesson right now?
I don't.
Okay,
No.
cool.
I need a whiteboard and a marker for that. But yeah, it really gives you just that little bit of allows your hips to open up a little bit more completely, and really just launches that dumbbell upward. So that's a good tip as far as that's concerned. For the barbell power snatch, I would say keeping the bar as close as you can, but also being patient. A lot of people immediately, the second the plates leave the ground,
Yeah.
they're like, okay, gotta get this bar over my head.
Right.
Instead, I like to think about, okay, let me get this bar to my hips, right?
Okay.
I'm mostly just performing a deadlift,
Yeah.
but while I still have some bend in the knee, while I still have some bend in the hip, I'm gonna get the bar to about mid-thigh, and then I'm gonna jump with everything I have in me,
Yeah.
kind of catapult that bar upward, and then sneak my way underneath. So
Just sneak
sneaky.
it in there.
Be super sneaky. And honestly, guys, be aggressive. Like, that's a huge one.
Be
when the
aggressive.
bar, be aggressive.
BEAGGRASSIVE, aggressive.
That's it, yes.
Ooh, aggressive, yeah.
Yeah, so when that bar gets to mid-thigh, like a junkyard dog. Like
Oh.
you're a dog after a bone. Yes.
Okay.
Like go for it,
Just you're rough.
Yes.
Get it.
And if you're finding you're having trouble hitting those points of performance, the bar is probably too
Nice
heavy.
man.
The
Yeah.
bar is probably too heavy. Like you should probably go a little bit lighter.
Got it.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah. And
All
here we
right.
go. Molly's giving some last minute tips. Always the coach.
Always,
Love it.
always
Love
on.
it.
So she's done 3 rounds. I assume she's gotten them all under 4 minutes. Looks like she is getting ready to head out for a 4th. Leanne is chipping away at her 3rd. Is that correct?
I believe so, yes.
Nice. Almost done.
I counted Molly's reps twice, and that is like the max capacity for me.
You're tapped out.
Counting, I can only run one tally in my head at a time. I am not an accountant. I tried. I don't have one of those
It's okay,
like
Nicole.
softball, baseball clickers.
Oh,
you know?
right.
We should
Yes.
get one of those.
We should.
For a little clickety-clickety.
Yeah, maybe even a stopwatch.
I'll talk to Brian, the accountant, see if he can hook us up with a little
See
clicker.
if we can expense that,
Yeah, right?
So we talked a little bit about breaking up for the snatches. Honestly, I think 2 to 3 sets on the barbell snatches is perfect. If you're breaking it up more than that, again, probably a little bit too heavy for what we're looking for this workout.
Yeah.
Another workout, maybe that's appropriate, but not so much this one. For the dumbbell snatch, same idea. Obviously, we're looking at more reps. So you should feel comfortable and confident doing 10 to 15 at a time. So it's a little bit different than it would be for 20 barbell power snatches. But for most people, I think that that's totally doable. And if it's not, choose a different weight.
Roger. I mean, there are
Kind
other
of bossy.
weights.
And if you don't have another option as far as weight is concerned,
Okay.
you could always reduce reps. You know, play it by ear. Maybe you're crushing the run, you're crushing the burpees.
Okay.
Maybe you actually have allotted some time for yourself to work a little bit longer on the snatches, and that's okay. But again, keep in mind, the goal is king or queen. We're always looking to hit the goal, and we need to make adjustments to our weights or to our customizations according to the goal. That's ideal, you know?
Yeah.
Here Molly goes, starting up her last set of snatches. Leanne is steadily chipping away at those burpees.
I'm pretty sure on that last one she did 14 and 6.
Wow. Yeah, that's impressive. I think, you know, that tells me I think she probably was maybe trying to do unbroken and just testing the waters.
Yeah.
She probably got to 14 and was like,
we're good.
Not realistic.
We're
Let's take
good.
one quick break and then wrap it up.
Here they are, both on the burpees. Looks like Molly likes to kind of point her fingers outwards.
Yeah.
For the burpee.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty helpful. I think it allows you to access slightly different muscles.
Yeah.
You know, she's able to press through the chest a little bit more, the front of the shoulder. If she turned her hands forward,
I like to
might
do that.
access the triceps a bit more. Yeah.
I definitely like to do that a bit if there's like something with high volume push-ups.
Yeah.
I like to change my hand position a bit, but I've never thought about it with burpees. So
Yeah, and
another
actually,
note to take.
they both are pressing out of their fingers, which for me makes me really uncomfortable. It's not a right or wrong thing, but for most people, I encourage pressing out of from a flat palm.
Yeah.
And not to freak anybody out, I have seen a finger dislocation.
Oh my God.
So
No, thank you.
Yeah, from that technique. So it's just one of those things. It's like
Be
kind of like
aware.
box jumps. Like
Yes.
I'm okay with you rebounding as long as you're aware of the possible consequences of that technique.
100%.
And you as a grown ass adult, you as a grown person can weigh those risks, and decide for yourself. All right, Leanne is hopping on the bike for her last bike effort to wrap up Khufu. And Molly just made her way back in from her final round. Super impressive.
This is it. This is the last bike. Last little push.
Push those last 5 pounds, Leanne. You got this.
Last little push on the
man.
bike right now. In Khufu.
And I know
Khufu.
it's so hard to finish off a workout on the bike.
Oh yeah.
You've just been
100%.
working so hard, and it's just taking the last little bit of life left in you.
100%.
Just-
Always.
Just draining you,
Home stretch, home stretch.
Yes, I can hear that fan is starting to whir up a little bit stronger. She is
Going into
finishing
the
off
last
these
bit
last
here.
11 cows strong. Yes, Leanne.
Nice. Finishing strong, finishing strong.
Oh, yeah. Love to see it. Very good.
There it is, 21:39-ish.
There you go. She earned that
Solid
recovery
finish.
position.
And look, she's even doing an extra half burpee.
That's right.
Solid
Little
workout
burpee
today.
nap in there.
So we just saw Khufu. We saw Molly do the extra challenge
Yep.
of one more round because she earned
She
an extra
earned it.
round. So keep that in your pocket, guys, if you're flying through this, that you can go and get yourself the added bonus of one more round of Khufu. All right, let's head over to Molly. We'll let her write this down, then head over to Molly for some tips on this week's vaults.
I can't wait to hear what she has to say.
Oh, trying to do the math. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun,
Math
dun,
is
dun,
hard.
Dun, 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 dun.
Especially time math.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
those 60 seconds that mess you.
Yeah.
If it were 100, we'd probably be doing okay, you know?
Sure. I feel like I'd be younger if time was 100 seconds, right? Is that how
I think
that would
that's how
convert?
that works. Yeah. We all know.
I'd be like 32.
You could use a few less years, right?
I could use a few less years. My knees certainly could use a few less years.
Man, and
all right, I
I
think she
feel
has
the
to
same
carry
way.
the 1. Gonna pull over the 3 here.
Yeah. Multiply by 22.
Should you help her, Alex? You seem pretty good at like time
Maybe in the
math.
interim, you guys can be checking to see if you completed this workout back in August of last year, August 9th. See if you did it the first time around, have a score to compare to, or maybe you decide to do it a little differently this time.
All right, guys, Leanne and I are gonna sit down, right, Leanne? Let's sit down because let's just a little bit better. Catch my breath on the ground. All right. Whoa. Woo. Good job, dude. Yeah. So, it's because it's a sprint, right? Your heart rate is going to spike. So I think looking at it on that first 200-meter run, don't come out too hot. I think it's going to be like, oh no, I have to go super fast. And I think that's where you're going to kind of potentially blow it if you're on the bike or the rower or a run. So try to be conscious on that run. And as you are running, try to think about really relaxing your shoulders because the next 2 movements are going to have a good amount of shoulders. So try to not tense up if you're on those runs. Same thing on the bike. Now, as far as the snatches go, numbers will obviously vary depending on if you're doing program A like Leanne or program B like me. The barbell weight should be something, if you're going for the barbell, should be something like you can confidently do in 3 sets. It shouldn't be more than that, especially when you're fresh. I think I held 2, but my game plan was to go to 3 sets if I needed it. So I don't think going unbroken on those is the way to go. Burpees, for me, it was just about finding a sustainable pace. When I have a burpee number like that, I like to just focus on getting to the halfway point, chipping away at that, and then catching the down half, rather than looking like, oh no, I still have to go, 10 more or whatever it is. And then on that last bike or row, just send it. Really try to push it with what you have left right there for that work. And then the best bet is try to sustain as close to that round that you got in the first one, as close to it as you can. I fell off a little bit. My first rounds were like 328 and I fell off to like 352. So I ended up going extra challenge, but I think just being mindful in that first part of it. And with the 2-minute rest, you have a good amount of recovery to try to hit it again with a hard pace, but it's definitely heart rate.
Heavy.
Yeah. What are your tips?
I don't ever program anything in particular because it causes me anxiety.
Yeah.
So I just kind of went with the flow. This year I made a promise to myself to pick up heavier dumbbells.
Yeah.
Because normally I would have used a 20.
Yeah.
Because I know I could have made the goal.
Yeah.
So that was out of my comfort zone.
Yeah,
even
that's
though
awesome.
Even though I'm a bigger person. So yeah, and the bike. It's awful no matter what.
Yeah.
So
just kind of move on that one,
yeah,
right?
just move on it. So,
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a fun one, guys. Try to really push yourself, get out of your comfort zone with how hard you can push those paces. And like I said, on that last 200-meter run or bike, try to send it and just finish strong each round. I think that's about it. Have fun.
Welcome back to the 2023 Street Parking Vault. This week, we're tackling Khufu. Khufu is 3 rounds of a 200-meter run, 20 barbell power snatches, 15 burpees, and a 200-meter run. Rest 2 minutes between rounds. You have 3 scores for this one. You're going to score each one of those rounds separately, with the goal for each of them to be between 3:30 and 5 minutes. My tip for this one is to kind of let each one of those rounds build. You don't want to come out too hot on that first 200-meter run. You want to find a nice pace on the barbell snatches, but try not to break them too much. Then really push the burpees and sprint that final run, knowing that you're going to get a full 2 minutes rest between rounds. Your shift version of Khufu is 5 rounds. Each round will be a 30-second continuous movement, 30 seconds of dumbbell hang power snatch on the right side, 30 seconds of dumbbell hang power snatch on the left side, 30 seconds of burpees, 30 seconds of continuous movement again, and then a 30-second rest. Your score for this version is the total number of dumbbell hang power snatch and burpee reps from all 5 rounds combined, with the goal of 85 to 125 reps. Couple of tips for this one. First one is a counting tip. My biggest tip here would not to be to count each section individually, but just have one big running total for the whole workout. So if you get 15 dumbbell hang power snatches on your first set, just start counting at 16 on your next set. If you get to 30, start counting those burpees at 31. I promise it will make the counting easier for you. The next tip that I have for you guys is not to sandbag those continuous movement pieces. Make sure that you choose something that is challenging for you, but that allows you to move the whole 30 seconds and go right into the next movement. For detailed demos of the movements in today's workout, or for all of the customization options to make this workout work for you, head to my.streetparking.com.